Hello everyone. In this lesson, we're going to go over a fairly interesting topic, the arithmetic sequence, otherwise known as arithmetic progressions. Now, knowing about these allows us to do things like calculating the sum of the first 100 even integers within a single fairly simple equation. So, pay attention carefully. Arithmetic sequences. Now, what is a sequence? A sequence is just a list of numbers. An arithmetic sequence is special because it is a list of numbers such that the difference between any two consecutive terms is constant. For example, 10, 13, 16, 19 is an arithmetic sequence. The difference between 10 and 13 is 3, 13 and 16, 3, 16 and 19, 3. This term is also called the common difference. A couple different words for it, but common difference is what we'll use. And in an arithmetic sequence, the common difference is always a constant. That's important because knowing our first term and knowing the common difference means that we can calculate any term in this sequence, any term. If we wanted the 900th term, we could do that with just a little math instead of having to add 3 900 times to 10, which can be pretty useful. Now, let's make sure we know what is and what isn't an arithmetic sequence. Here are 3 examples of sequences of numbers. Look over them and find out which ones are or aren't arithmetic sequences. And we'll go over them together now. Remember, for a sequence to be an arithmetic sequence, the difference between any two consecutive numbers must be constant. That means it can be an integer, a negative integer, a fraction, anything, just constant. So here the difference between the first number and the second number is 0.2, and between the second number and the third number is also 0.2. So we have an arithmetic sequence there. Now for the second one. Let's see, the difference between 5 and 15 is 10. But the difference between 15 and 45 is 30. So these do not equal each other. This is not an arithmetic sequence. This is actually another special type of sequence called a geometric sequence, which we'll get to later. Now, let's look at the third one. Negative 71 to negative 76, that's minus 5, our difference. And negative 76 to negative 81, that's minus 5 again. Remember, the common difference can be negative. It just has to be constant. So minus 5 equals minus 5, so we have an arithmetic sequence there. Now we know what an arithmetic sequence is and what the common difference is. Let's see if we can try to generalize an expression to find any term in an arithmetic sequence, given the first term and the common difference. So let's designate our first term as A1, that's term 1, and our common difference as D. And we want to find any term, a random term, AN, term number n. So we would have A1, A2, A3, and up to AN. Now, we know that the difference between any two consecutive terms is D. So A2 minus A1 would be D, A3 minus A2 would be D. So A2 is equal to A1 plus D. With me so far? And A3 is A2 plus D, which is equal to A1 plus D again, or A1 plus 2D. You can see if we went on like this, A4 would be equal to A1 plus 3D, A5 would be A1 plus 4D, and so on. So if we try to generalize this, AN should be equal to A1 plus n minus 1 times D, where D is the common difference, and A1 is the first term, and AN is the nth term that we're looking to find. But of course, if we know some of these variables, we can solve for the others. So make sure you understand this equation. It's very important. Alright, see you next lesson.